What's up, y'all? This is Ryan from Ryan's Guitar Repair in Gulfport, Mississippi. Today what we have is a 1963 real deal Stratocaster. Belongs to a buddy of mine named Will. I was getting a mystery buzz out of the low A string. Pardon me, I have a little bit of a cold today. And I'm going to give you two different ways, possibly three, it's all in the way you look at it, to solve that mystery buzz that aggravates us as guitar techs and luthiers so much. Okay, so shrink tubing when you're working on electronics is a little tubing that you put over a solder joint that you don't want to ground out, and you heat it and it shrinks up. Shrink tubing, the name that that's where it gets the name from. Okay, so what I did was I put some shrink tubing around the string at the nut, and that was the cure. The takeoff point for the nut with a magnifier I could not see was actually a little bit further back than here. It was more like in the center. I actually filed it a little bit too, and didn't want to file too much because it is the original nut of a 63 Strat. However, I do know for a fact now that this is where the problem was, and it was because the slot was too wide. I put thicker strings on it, gradually went from a 42 to a 52, and noticed a little difference. And what troubleshot it and process of elimination in this situation was the shrink tubing. It worked. The masking tape that's on the first few fret wires is in case this nut was filed, the slot was a little bit too low, and maybe it was hitting the first couple of fret wires. I knew that wasn't the case because I used feeler gauges. However, just to make sure, process of elimination, a little bit of masking tape. I also put some shrink tubing down here. Let me turn this so we can see it a little better. Reason being is, obviously, metal on metal. And another problematic situation of these Strat bridges is you have metal screws on a metal plate, and if they're not perfectly even, when you strike the string, sometimes they'll do the wiggle, they'll dance a little bit. When they dance, you get a rattle or mystery buzz. It's not much of a mystery if you know what the fuck you're doing. But anyway, so in this one, where the intonation is set and the saddle is at, the part where the string comes through the body, unlike this one's real close, but this one was actually resting. Let me get my finger in here as I'm holding the camera. It was resting here at that joint, whatever you want to call it, where the hole is. And I put some shrink tubing there, as well as on the part where the metal on metal again. It's almost like Stratocasters are just dying to have any kind of buzz you can you can imagine with all this metal on metal. Anyway, long story short, this did not cure the problem. The tape normally would if the slot was too low, but in this case, what killed it and solved the mystery Scoob was the string tubing on the nut. So anyway, I hope you guys can benefit from this because nobody likes a mystery buzz. Mystery buzz is the most aggravating thing as a guitar tech. Okay, that Hello Kitty guitar is not mine, I swear. Anyway, mystery buzz can be an aggravating MF, a mofo. In this situation, such a nice instrument. After I removed the back bow by putting the neck in the oven, don't tell Will, and clamping it, which worked to where I got a little tiny bit of relief, we solved it with some shrink tubing. This is Ryan signing off. Feel free to like, subscribe, and if you need your guitar repaired and worked on, give me a holler. Thank you. Bye-bye.